What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. We're here Saturday, a little after 5 o'clock. Got the information for both the Eagles and Commanders Week 18 matchup, practice squad elevations. You'll see the updated depth charts. So I appreciate you all taking the time, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you do to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. Appreciate all of you reaching out. Some very trying times for me, but I love each and every one of you. Cannot thank you enough for all of the support. And look, I actually have just been real whirlwind here in my life, but I messed up with the Commanders for a second, didn't put somebody on IR, their center. So we fixed some things here as well. I do apologize, but let's jump right into this bad boy. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Any questions, comments, who you think might be sitting, who you want to see, you're excited about, you got a score prediction, whatever's on your mind. Let's rock and roll here. We're going to start it off with the Eagles practice squad elevations. And, well, we knew pretty much both of these guys because, well, we could use a little bit of help there. So, long snapper, we don't got one. We knew he would be elevated. We knew how he was playing, making a little magic happen with that roster move. Putting him on practice squad now you can elevate him how many ever times you need in the playoffs. Let's go. But you have an extra roster spot. So Brandon Johnson here, he is also elevated. And look, we need help at safety. You know that Marcus Epps is out. Probably not going to play Reed Blankenship. That leaves us with Sidney Brown. So Michael Carter can play a little bit as well. I assume those two will probably start, Brown and Carter, but you got Brandon Johnson here as depth, another one of those versatile defensive backs that can play both. So let's take a look at the updated Eagles depth chart here for this game. First, of course, we'll look at the injury list. Which guys are not going to show up? You know, Cameron Williams came off of IR. He will be on the injury report now, or I'm sorry, he was on the injury report, now on the depth chart. Let's go. You see the rest of the guys that you will not see on this upcoming depth chart here. And starting us off on offense here, we know Goddard and Lane Johnson are out for this game. No elevations here, though. We've got Calcaterra, Granson, Latu as tight ends, and then we've got Cameron Williams back, so he can back up Fred Johnson. Matt Pryor can back him up. So we've got pieces there. Don't need to play all of our starters here. Let's get healthy for this playoff run. On the defensive side of the ball, you know, Jalen Carter is out. Don't know that we'll see much of Davis and Njomo, but Byron Young, Ty Robinson are there. Let's go. Edge, Jalen Phillips will be out. I assume it'll be Graham and Uche with some Hunt. Nolan Smith probably not going to play so much. Dean is out. Don't think Bond will play too much. You got Campbell, Trotter, Smile Munden there. Let's go. Corners. I assume it'll be Ringo, Bennett, Mac McWilliams. Michael Carter, again, probably helping at safety. Blankenship, Epps, and the rest of the starters probably not going to play. So I think it'll be Sidney Brown and Michael Carter at safety, Mac McWilliams, Bennett, and Ringo. And then you've got Brandon Johnson as depth for both corner and safety. But you see in black there, the elevation, and then the same goes for the special teams. You see Charlie Hughlett elevated there for a long snapper. And then the rest of the guys, everything else the same, good to go here. So that's what's going on with the Eagles. You can let me know how you feel about that, which guys you would rest, how you think some of these guys should play. Maybe they need to knock off some rust, whatever's on your mind. Love to hear from you. But let's take a look at the Eagles' Week 18 opponent, the Washington Commanders, who, in my opinion, obviously got a long way to go here, but they've got a great quarterback. We know he's still been practicing, so they didn't place him on IR, but they're probably going to take a look at some younger guys. They got River Cracraft, former Eagle there, defensive tackle Ricky Barber, also elevated here. So let's take a look, and first we'll look at their injury list, IR and the practice squad IR for them here. These are all of the players that you will not see. A bunch of former Eagles there, Zach Ertz, Tyree Jackson. So you'll see there's always guys are going to move around. But you see a lot of guys here, a lot of talented players. So unfortunate. And the player I missed the other day was Tyler Bides, their center. My apologies there. Just been a real whirlwind in life. But Nick Allegretti is their center now, with Julian Good-Jones, a former Eagle, being signed from the practice squad to the active roster. So that is one of the changes. We know Tunsil's out. We know Daniels and Mariota. So it's going to be Josh Johnson starting. This is going to be their final game of the season. So they're going to be playing all out. So let's do what we can. But you see the injuries right there. And then the defense, everybody is good to go. But they did elevate Ricky Barber there, D-tackle. Deron Payne been a little banged up. So maybe, get a look at some of their younger guys. just to decide whether or not they want to keep him around for next year with those reserve future contracts. Now, looking at the special teams department, River Cracraft being that elevation, we talked about this earlier in the week, possibly elevating him to be that punt returner. Jalen Lane was placed on IR, so he was their punt returner no longer. So I assume that will be the case for this game again this week. So that's the elevations for both teams. You see the updated depth chart for both. You have any thoughts, any questions, anything you'd like to add? I'd love to hear from you. You're a Commanders fan, you're pissed off, whatever's on your mind. Let's effing go. But I'll be back tomorrow for the pregame show. Going to do it a few hours before the game. Got some things to do. So I hope to see you then. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, a post-game show. As always, win, lose, or tie, we bleed green until we die in these parts. Kelly Green Week. So let's celebrate. Enjoy this game. And as I told you, we're going to dedicate this game and the rest of the playoffs to my Uncle Jimmy. We're going to go get this back-to-back trophy and build this dynasty. Let's go. I want to see those 2 words down below if you're with me. But love to hear from you. You know it doesn't have to be about the birds. You need anything. I am always here for you guys as you are always here for me. Truly love each and every one of you. Hope you're having yourselves a great weekend. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe down below. Become a member. Hype these videos up. Whatever you can do. Really can't thank you enough. But have yourself a great rest of your Saturday. Hope to talk to you tomorrow. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!